The wait is over. USORL action is returning for Season 12. We're here at Daytona for the first race of Season 12. It is the Daytona 250. You're live here on Fast 29, and this is the Fast 29 Countdown to Green presented by Cure SMA. Chris Pickett here with you alongside Dale Barham. Dale, welcome to the USRL. Welcome to Cup Series action at Daytona. If you're behind the wheel of these cars tonight,
if you need to drop back, you can do it on the
anticipation?
backstretch.
How's the feeling tonight?
On the first or second lap, just call it out.
Oh, bang on. Having some audio issues here. I apologize. Give me just a second. It's going to be one of those nights already, folks. All right, Dale, try that again.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what it is, Daytona 500, whether it's NASCAR sim racing, NASCAR, no matter if it's, iRacing, NR, Forza, no matter what racing sim, the audience always comes out for Daytona, and every driver, no matter what game it is, wants to win at Daytona.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to this one here tonight. This field was actually set from a qualifying session a week ago, and we are 16 millimeter. Man, we're just having all kinds of issues. I didn't mean to click that button. But we had two duels and qualifying last week, so this field has already been set. So we are about to show that lineup here momentarily. And again, you have to bear with us. We're still new with iRacing, still new with the toys that we can play with here. So we're doing the best we can here. There we go. So let's take a look at that starting grid. Wouldn't you know it, Dale, it locked up on me again. It's just going to be one of those nights. Too much pressure. Too much pressure. All right. Here's the starting grid brought to you by Texas Quesadilla Depository. Huang Do on the pole. Cal Lovell alongside in the number 5. In row 2. It's Brandon Lowe's and Noah Joyce. In row 3, we've got Ryan Tovar and Kerry Rogers. In row 4, it's Garrett Sidnor and Darren Ingram. Row 5, Jace Nelson and John Peterson. Row 6, Steve Rada and Dewey Schramm. Row 7 is Victor Valley and Luke Smith. Row 8, Antonio Ruiz and Kaloa Hankins. Row 9, Austin Hakes, the ARCA winner, Anthony Mendez. Row 10, Michael Murata and Cam Barnes, fast in practice. Austin Spencer and DJ Harris in row 11. Row 12, Scott Lamp and Zach Krastowski. Joey Stefanou and Jacob Bradford. Line up in row 13. Row 14, Steven Merzlak and Austin Dombrowski. Colby Martin and Henrietta Bordeaux. Row 15. Row 16, Joseph Weaver and Doug Denice. Row 17, Davey Hazard, former champion, and Jack Healy alongside. Row 18, Connor Brannon and Hunter Johnson. Brian Perry and Ricky Collette. And the final row is Brandon Newby and Andrew Wallace. That's your field for this Daytona 250. Field in turn 4. There's the pace car getting ready to turn it loose here at Daytona.
It got some.
Green flag in the air. Season 12 underway for the USORL Cup Series. And we just lost the server. Just like that. There it is. There we're back. Oh, we're having all kinds of issues with the server, it looks like here. Not for sure There they are on the backstretch now. Hopefully that settles out quickly. The iRacing has been having some issues this afternoon and evening, so hopefully we get this settled down. Here's Cal Lovall leads him into turn 3 and off turn 4 for the first time. Yep, we're still having issues. Not for sure why that's happening. What a way to start this season. We can't even see them. We're going to step aside for just a second. I'm going to reboot the iRacing and see if that'll fix that. Give me just. New episodes drop every Tuesday, everywhere podcasts are found. Videos go live on YouTube every Thursday. Visit them on their website at 16mmfilmcrew.com.
Oh, I'm ready.
The most important part of your business are all the people who come through your doors every day. And Cintas can help you take care of them. Your dedicated Cintas service reps will provide the essential products and support to help keep your employees performing at their best.
So your business can too. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready.
Get ready for the workday.
"16mm Film Crew" is a film and TV podcast. Join Cindy and Dale as they talk about the latest TV shows, movies, and entertainment news. New episodes drop every Tuesday, everywhere podcasts are found. Videos go live on YouTube every Thursday. Visit them. All right, we are back, folks. Sorry about that. I think we're getting things back situated here. Turned out we were trying to give a monitor to my booth mate up here, and that was a little bit too much bandwidth. So we should be getting going here. We're trying to get all the bells and whistles back up on the screen here for you momentarily, so that way you can see what's going on here. So I apologize for that, but we are here. We're 4 laps in. You haven't missed a thing. Everybody's just side by side. Everything's going just fine. So here we go. Noah Joyce making a move to the outside there. Ryan Tovar fills the gap underneath. That's Garrett Sidnor there that's moved up into 4th in the 50 car. Oh, Noah's getting sucked in the sucker hole there. He's going to fall several positions back through the middle. Not a very comforting position to be in the middle of this pack. In the middle. I saw a puff of smoke from one of the cars in the outside lane coming through the tri over there. That's Brandon Lowe's out there in the 44 trying to pull that outside lane up. There's the 44. He's got the 48 of Jace Nelson behind him. 100 laps, 250 miles here at Daytona. Glad you guys are with us here on Fast 29. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but as usual, it would not be a Fast 29 broadcast without them, so welcome. Nah, this is my fault. I can't blame them on this one. Oh, trouble. Car sideways in the back. Trouble in the back in turn 2. 99's around. It's Anthony Mendez. Caution is out. 92, 45 involved. Joey Stefanu. You were saying about the early wreck? Davey Hazard in the 92 involved as well. All right, we're pull up a replay here, see what kind of started. The 99 was kind of wobbling in the middle of 1 and 2 there. Oh, he caught the. Okay, we're going to show it here. Coming into turn 1. That's what it kind of looks like here as we're going to take a gander here. This is coming down into turn 1. Watch that 99 on the outside. He's going to just barely graze the wall right there. Get squirrely right down. Whoever that was on the bottom lane did an incredible job of saving. There's Cam Barnes in the 7 getting loose. There's Davey spinning on the bottom. Joey spinning on the bottom. That's Zach Krastowski back there in the 4 that was way back at the back of that pack that also went around. Unfortunate for several of these guys to get involved in something like that pretty early here. Going back, take a. We're gonna hop on board here with Ricky Coletti here. This on board with his front bumper cam here. He's coming through the tri-oval. That's the 99 just in front. You see the outside lane kind of stacks up just a little bit. And he catches the outside wall. And Ricky gets caught up in it as well. He was the one that was on the outside there.
Just nowhere for him to go. Or what goes down and comes back up. I mean...
You might notice Dale's voice cutting in and out is because a couple of these sources that I have on the screen don't have his voice active right now. I just fixed it. We should be good. So, again, still trying to get some things situated here. As you see, the field that was involved in the accident on the pit lane at the moment. Meanwhile, Brandon Lowe's leads him down the back straightaway here. Yep. Having some... My timing and scoring is all jacked up as well. There's Huang Do. There's the leader. For some reason, it was showing Brandon as the leader. But we're back to where it's corrected now. Oh, my voice is gone. Okay, that's what it is. You don't need to hear me in the replay. It's okay. We'll get that fixed too. What's crazy is it worked perfectly Tuesday night. I don't understand. It's just... This is just things. Just things. That's all I can say. Just things. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Does everybody have me on this one? We're going to see. I'm just playing around here at this point. All right. Who says this needs to be absolutely professional production at all times here? But definitely keep... It's me. It's just me everywhere but the replay. Okay, so... Huh. You are not there. Where did you go? Things to just question here. Yeah.
To ponder, you know.
Yes. Okay. Ignore that. I'm just moving things around.
Double up entering turn one.
There he is. Your beautiful voice is there now. I am pretty sure.
Yay! Yay.
Maybe a little too loud now. I made it back down. All right. Tell us again. I'm looking for help. Just give me anything here. I think we got him now. I think we're pretty good.
You got me. You got me. All clear. Roger.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Get behind the scenes of Fast 29. It's great. Now they're not going to tell us. We're just going to sit here now.
Well, under all the audio, technical reviews, I was just commenting on the fact that, drivers were getting to double up.
Yes.
I think the 91 got, penalized for that. The 99 got penalized for that incident, based on the information we got from Race Command.
Yeah, he's actually on the pit lane right now getting damage fixed, so they're considering that the penalty. So there are no fast repairs in this race tonight, and there are 3 changes of tires available.
Oof. Tire strategy is important, man.
We will consider sending a check for saving the broadcast. We'll get back to that.
I mean, he could always hop up in here, I don't
what the heck, Zach?
I don't know why Zach's there,
Yeah, it's talking smack about the broadcast, and then he's gonna not show up. All right, whatever. Pace car dives on pit road. Coming to lap 12 here at Daytona. Huang Do and Cal Lovell lead him down in the trial, but we're back to green flag racing.
Ooh.
That almost looked like a planned maneuver there, didn't it?
Yeah, he got a good restart, Got a gap. Lovell just said, I'm going to slip behind you right now. Let's get back with single file train going once again. Yeah, but looking back on the last restart, so many cars once again still chose the bottom side. This is an amazing push from those top 4 or 5. They've already built a slight gap, even from the rest of the cars with them in that bottom line.
One thing we did not show real quick, we're going to show the weather conditions that are out there at the moment. Maybe.
109? That is hot. That is a hot track.
Very hot track. And it's not showing. There he is. All right. Goodness gracious. 109 degrees track temperature, 81 degrees ambient, partly cloudy skies, 6 mile an hour wind out of the southeast, and moderate humidity. The things I do to imitate, the things I do to entertain the crowd,
I mean, Alan Kowicki on,
Yes.
Like Alan Kowicki, you're what?
Alan Kowicki.
Alan Kowicki. I'm not driver. I'm thinking somebody else. My mind is 20 other places, man.
We're doing great on this broadcast tonight. No wonder Zach doesn't want to be up here. I don't blame him. He said he can't join for some reason. So, yeah.
Once again, that single file line is really dominant on the low line. Those 3 cars are just nose to tail, throw a blanket over them. They're just pushing completely.
I saw Brandon Lowe's on the outside there. Again, he's the leader of the outside lane back there, and he was kind of getting a little bit squirrely through 1 and 2, and that kind of bottlenecked that outside line up a little bit.
Yeah, but in a certain couple places, it looks like that 50th Sindor can't even stick with those top 3 as well.
Yeah, there continues to be a little bit of a gap there between the 50 and the 8 there on the bottom, but he pulls right back up on him going into the corner, and then it kind of trails off there in the middle. Oh, somebody in the wall there off turn 2. Everybody seems to be okay down the backstretch. I'm sure exactly who that was back there.
Just trying to ride it out for right now once again, Especially if you were caught up in that wreck earlier.
It might have been Steven Merzlag back there that might have caught the wall there. that 90 car at the back of the outside line, the HKS machine.
Now we're at the point where we're starting to see some cars lose the draft. We got, what, 10 cars back there in that second row. The bottom two on the outside line are falling back.
The top 26 or so are separated by 2 seconds. Oh, we're going 3 wide here down into turn 3. Lowe's in the middle. Oh, the 48's getting squirrely. Hang on to it.
Just got to back off a bit and blip that throttle and save it.
That's Nelson in the 48. 25 there in the middle. That's Hunter Johnson. The GoDaddy machine. 84 on the outside there is Kaloa Hankins.
It looks like Lowe's he was just like got frustrated losing too many positions with nobody really helping that top side, so he was gonna make a move himself to save whatever he got.
What's crazy is he ended up staying where he was, and the whole outside line just disintegrated. Now he's out there with 3 cars instead of about 9 or 10 like we saw earlier. That's Luke Smith in the 39 pushing Lowe's on the outside.
But those 3 cars behind him have him side by side with that 50 still though.
Nelson again makes it 3 wide up the middle. He's going to bring, is that the 84? Yep, the 84 there of Hankins up through the middle. Johnson, they're trying to get this middle lane going here. Oh, somebody grazing the wall there again through 1 and 2. I believe that was Bradford in the 17 that time.
I mean, I don't see the purpose in trying to get that middle line working because he falls into the same issues. So the same car is running that top side and now going to drop to the middle line. The same numbers. None of the cars in the bottom line are going to move up to fill that gap in the middle.
So we got Tovar in the 8 blinking a little bit there. And we're still, 82 to go. I mean, there's no need to really push the issue that hard right now. But look at this outside line. They've all of a sudden got some momentum.
They got the numbers now.
Here they come. Lowe's pulls alongside Lovall. He's going to be alongside Doe going into turn 1. Well, not quite. He kind of fell back entering the corner.
Yeah, it seems like all that confusion, got the bottom side a bit worried. They all kind of lifted and created a bunch of gaps. That top side able to form up and get their stuff together and push their way.
You can kind of see that inside line's got a few more air gaps in it than the outside lane right now, and they're side by side for the lead. Lowe's and Doe through 3 and 4. This is the first real big challenge for the lead we've had. Lowe's edges in front.
That push from Hankins as they enter a trial.
New leader. Lowe's is clear. Hankins is clear. Will they
25.
drop down?
25 coming with them, so on the high side still. Ooh, Lowe's drops down, says thank you.
Thanks for the help. See you later. Doe looks to the outside. He's not happy about losing that lead. He comes to the outside. Now he's got the push from Hankins. Put Doe back out in front.
Yeah, this race is where you really, want to rely on teamwork to, sustain you and push you through. You don't want to, switch dance part to just constantly get people frustrated. They don't know what you're going to do late in the race. That's the 84 of Hankins takes the lead on that high side, getting pushed by Johnson.
It's on board with Brandon Lowe's. 6th place, pushing Huang Do. Not much throttle input right now as he's pushing that 06 into turn 3.
But that's also another thing, you don't want to push your throttle too much. You want to save that fuel, You know about that. You want a fuel mileage race at Daytona, So
that I still don't understand how we did it, but we did it. I was not on the gas very much at all on that last run.
Yeah, Lowe's is probably a bit frustrated. He did all that work to get the high side working, and then he gets taken out by everybody else.
Meanwhile, Kaloa Hankins has taken the lead. Hunter Johnson to second, Luke Smith to third, John Peterson up to fourth here in the 43. First time we mentioned him. And Connor Brannon in the 24 has moved up to fifth. The 24 target machine. That's not going to mess anybody up.
No.
And Doe and Noah Joyce side by side for sixth. Jack Healy has moved into eighth. He started 34th. Connor Brandon started 35th. He's up to fifth. And Hunter Johnson started 36th and moved up to second. A lot of big movers early.
That's Daytona. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. You know, if you could work your way through traffic and, you know, ride stuff out and just have a little bit of patience, it works out for you.
Here comes Brannon. Moves up to the outside, trying to get a push from Joyce, trying to get that outside lane going. Joyce is just shoving that 24 off of turn 4. See, I almost did it. Off turn 4. Here comes Doe, Smith. They move to the outside. That's going to jam that outside lane up. Joyce moves to the middle.
He's stuck in the sucker hole. Can he survive it, though?
He's got some help this time. They're almost 4 wide going into 1. 3x3 into turn 1. Ooh, hang on, guys. Ooh,
they're
boy.
Dancing now.
Goodness, where did that middle lane come from?
Yeah, that low side had a lot
contact.
of gaps.
Ooh, man.
They save it.
Johnson gets a shove from the 75 of Jack Healy in the little bit of the wrong place there in the back stretch, but they survived. We're good.
Pretty wide back there.
That's Luke Smith on the outside, hung out.
And now these guys are shuffling and dancing. Now they're like, all right, I'm confident now. I can make some stuff happen.
I'd like to remind everybody again, we have 75 laps to go. just a reminder. Oh my gosh, the front 3 wide for the lead into turn 1. Got Hankins, got Peterson making the move on the outside, shoved by Johnson. Lowe's is hung out to dry on the far outside in the farmer's machine. Hankins has got Joyce on the bottom.
Oh, look at that. Peterson gets the lead. That's the, Elon partial, Terry Labonte cars. Good to see that Kellogg's machine up front.
That's not Terry Labonte. That's Kyle Busch.
No. If it's Kellogg's, I'm always going to be
Actually,
Terry,
it's Kyle Busch versus Kyle Busch here coming into the tri-oval. And it's one pack again. That separation we talked about earlier is no more. They have caught him back there.
Yeah, that shuffling, slowed them down. You're losing speed, losing aero, going back and forth, brought the field back up together.
The front 33 cars separated by. Oh, there's contact. Save it, guys.
3 wide.
2 or 3 of them on the apron.
Dancing.
Oh. Did they save it?
Yes, they did.
Somehow they saved that.
Everybody just checked up a little bit.
Wow. My goodness. Well, there went the full pack in one thing. Now we've got a bunch of them separated here after that.
A quick little reset.
Oh, goodness. Noah Joyce was on the apron going into turn 3, trying to avoid that.
He took the road course layout.
Clearly. So let's see what happens here. There's just an absolute mess coming down here. And I don't know how Jack Healy hung onto that car. Look at that. That 75 car, I don't understand how he pulled that off.
A little bit of luck, a little bit of patience goes a long way.
Back to live. Side by side for the lead now. Kaloa Hankins and Jace Nelson. Smith pulls out a line to the high side on Johnson, puts him in the middle.
What double file 4 cars back? Everybody else is single filing up on low line behind them.
They're going to try to chase these leaders back down again as they run double wide. They're going to try and get a single file lane going toward the back, try to get a suck back up to this crowd. They worked before. They can do it again. There's less cars up here, too, this time.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that second pack is. If they all line up, which it looks like all the way back there they are, they could catch him about a lap or two.
So there's the lead pack. We're going to drop back here. There is the second pack led by Austin Spencer.
Yeah, those guys are all single file.
Okay, I have questions about the third car in line real quick. Is that a cow's nose?
I mean,
On
yeah,
the three?
looks like it.
Is it milk? I'm very curious here. Oh, you guys don't want to go side by side back there, guys. You got to catch up. This is the battle for 18th on back. That's the second pack as Ingram drops down. He's decided he wants to lead this pack, but now he's got double file behind him as there's the leaders. And this pack we're following is right there.
Yeah, they got impatient. They said, oh, we can see the leaders now. Let's start battling again, which I guess it works right now. Is the gap isn't that far. It's about a second and a half gap. I'm trying to work by this slow car up here. As the one pulls the whole field back up by Ingram.
This is the gap, live gap between the packs. This is Ingram as Hankins is now taking the lead up front. They're still side by side up there as Huang Do pits out of the lead pack. A couple guys starting to take these pit stops here on lap number 21. 31, I can't add. Thank you.
That's about right. We'll be about 20 to 25 laps of fuel. Now the only question is for those guys who were involved in that accident earlier is their tires.
Back up front here, Jace Nelson side by side with Hankins. See who bails out this time.
Contact back there about a 45. As these two go side by side. Hankins gets the lead. Oh, there's a car right there heading pit lane.
Tovar coming out of the pit lane. We should be getting our pit stop tower to be working here momentarily as well. You'll see live pit stops on the right-hand side of the screen when anybody dives on the pit road. Live timing and scoring from them, as well as their pit lane time and pit stop. It's all there in one.
Huang Do about to get lapped.
Oh, he's
to the high side.
He goes to the wall here in turn one.
Yeah, he's hoping, I guess, that undercut will work by pitting early.
Stay up there, bud. Stay up there. That is so sketchy. That's my worst nightmare right there. When the leaders go by you and you have nowhere to go but the high side, and you're just hoping you don't screw up out there.
Yeah, no, I'm a person like, look, you guys come to go on the straight. I'll go to the apron, y'all by in the corner. That's the worst spot to go high.
Yep.
But he does get situated back on the tail of that lead pack. Because I guess now he just has to ride it out in the pit and get his lap back and potentially become the race leader once again.
I like the way you're thinking there. It's the Daytona 250. Keep me pumped up.
They stay, side by side, 6 to 7 cars back.
And look at this. Ingram has moved up to 8th. Remember that separation there was? He's there. 4th car back on the top lane with Austin Spencer. Remember they were running together back there in that second pack. That's the beauty of this Gen 6 car, too. It definitely has some giddy up and go when you're behind somebody. And if you remember
Those
the
cars.
season 11 of the USORL, they were racing the former Xfinity car, so this is a change for them this season. So they're now in the Gen 6. You can definitely tell I think they're all loving this racing out there tonight.
Yeah, the Gen 6 car was the car. They could have kept it for a little longer.
Touche. But no, we had to get a better car. We had to get whatever. And move the numbers and all this other crap.
I mean, the numbers moving is not that big a deal, but is the next gen car better than, the Gen 6?
I wish there was a way you could race them both. I know it would be expensive as no, I'm not talking about multi-class. I'm talking about have this car for super speedways, have the next gen for let's just not. They don't need
speedways and intermediates.
Yeah, intermediates. This one for road courses and super speedways and to a degree short tracks.
I mean, it's a bad
drop
sign.
Back to Gen 5 for that.
Look, it's a bad sign for your racing series when, the lower tier has the best car. The Xfinity car is the best car in NASCAR right now.
Well, what's interesting is when you drop back in history, too, you'll see sometimes the Busch cars in the early 2000s would qualify faster than the Cup cars. That was even a problem back then. And they would call it out, too. They'd be like, oh, these cars qualify like a mile an hour faster than the Cup car.
With 99 up there, back on track on the high side with the 81.
I remember he had that first incident, and he's now 9 laps down. That's Ricky Collette there in the 81, who's also caught up in that same incident. Multiple laps down as well. He actually turned the fastest lap, too, which is kind of disappointing. So... there it is. He's 12 laps down and 39th.
You took me out, now I got to work with you.
Yep. Henrietta Bordeaux and Zach Rostowski were also involved in that early incident, and they're taking their cars to the garage.
Yeah, that slight little shuffle of trying to, be careful with the car on the high side is letting this low line gain an advantage as Hankins loses his lead, but tries to get that push once again to run side by side with the 48 of Nelson.
These two haven't been able to really get apart from each other here since they got side by side. One will edge ahead like you see Nelson here in the 48 do. And then it's kind of what we saw in the ARCA race too on Tuesday night. You'll see the leader kind of get a little bit of an edge through one section of the track, and then right back comes the outside lane, just as we said. There's Hankins.
Mm-hmm. This is a true battle now. Those just 3 cars against the whole pack on the bottom.
60 laps to go when we come back around. That's 40% distance.
Quick maths.
That's what I'm here for. I actually knew that one. I didn't know what 69 minus 100 was, or whatever that was, 100 minus 69 earlier, but I figured that one out. I know percentages. That's cool. A few of them toward the back of the pack starting to make their pit stops.
Looks like the pit window is currently open. About 5 lap difference between when everybody's pitting.
Yeah, there's the pit stop information on the right. Those that are coming in. Okay. This has happened before. But we just got a report from the 75 that his cat is causing issues in the cockpit. Take of that whatever you will. As here comes a few of them coming in. The leaders are in. Hankins, Nelson, Smith, Johnson, and I believe that's the 24 of Brannon.
25. Yeah, I am familiar with, a pet coming in and, by your feet while you're racing. It's not fun.
No.
I've worked the field.
That is straight up not a good time right there. Yeah, we're really hoping PETA doesn't come on the line here pretty soon. I'm kind of worried about that.
The thing about pitting here at Daytona is you want to make sure you pit with a pack. You don't want to pit by yourself.
And here comes the whole
that's
pack.
A big one.
The big pack coming in now. 3 wide coming in the pit lane here. Joyce, Ingram. Go figure those two would pit together, even though they're not teammates anymore.
Mm-hmm. If I'm Wong Dill, I'm upset you went from out 10, pitted early, stuck a lap down with no help.
Wait for Cal Lovall to pit. John Peterson.
Those semi-handrick cars
Here they come.
working together, yep.
Here they come now. That's going to hand the lead over to Garrett Sidnor. Oh, Cal, I don't know if you made that one, buddy. That's going to be close.
A little late on the brakes right there.
Yep, we're going to see if that draws a penalty or not here. That was close on the 5. He's been dominant early. Led a lot of the opening laps of this race. Let's see if that was a mistake. Brandon Lowe's right behind. Oh, thank you, Fox Sports, for showing us.
With a caution.
Oh, trouble on the backstretch.
Wow.
Is that Jack Healy? Did the cat finally decide to do something there and cause an issue?
Got a car problem.
There's the
spinning
75.
out, apparently.
Yep, it was a 75. I saw he was trying to correct it off turn 2. All right, now the question is, did the cat cause the caution?
Looks like he just got loose exiting
nope.
pit lane. Oh, the
Nope,
car in front of him got
a little
loose.
more than that. Yep. Okay, so here's what we're going to show here. Coming off of the pit lane in turn 1.
Looks like that's what Steve Rada getting loose on exit.
I don't know why everybody kind of disappeared there. There we go. They'll reappear here going in turn 1. Boy, a lot of them on the apron getting loose. That's Rada in the 3 right in front of Healy. They're going to kind of make a little contact there. He's in the grass. Oh, got a little air there through the grass. Still trying to correct it. He's going to come. Oh, man. That's the leaders that pitted early, and he gets on the apron. He's doing everything he can to catch this thing and finally loops around. I don't think
contact.
Yep, everybody got away clean with that, but here comes somebody. That's a 12 car. That's
contact.
Car, Joseph Weaver there. That was really close.
He did his best he could. He hit nobody, just got that front end, made contact, when he was sideways. In certain situations, you're better off just holding the car there, because now his movement is what made that contact, because they both went for the same spot at the same time.
Well, you would think at every other track, what Garrett Sidnor is doing right now would be an amazing thing. He was the last to pit. Unfortunately, he's the only one to pit, and he's going to fall from the lead to somewhere way back there at this point. He was the last one to pit. He had not pitted when that caution came out, so that's going to hand the lead back over to Kaloa Hankins in the 84. Oh, Krastowski and Bordeaux are back. That might have been a scoring issue on our end. They were showing as being out, but I'm showing them in 30th and 31st now, and they are 1 lap down.
Yeah,
so,
they might have just been a number of laps down.
Yeah, or something may have happened with maybe the server with them or something, and it caused them to. They brought him back up to 1 lap down, possibly too. That's happened before.
I mean, the good thing with the 50 though is now he has the option if he wants to pit with the lead pack next pit cycle, or ride it out a bit longer and pit with the second pack. He has that option now. He's a little bit more flexibility with this with his strategy now.
All right, we're going to step aside for just a moment while this caution takes place. We'll be right back here on Fast 29. 16mm Film Crew is a film and TV podcast. Join Cindy and Dale as they talk about the latest TV shows, movies, and entertainment news. New episodes drop every Tuesday, everywhere podcasts are found. Videos go live on YouTube every Thursday. Visit them on their website at 16mmfilmcrew.com.
The most important part of your business are all the people who come through your doors every day. And Cintas can help you take care of them. Your dedicated Cintas service reps will provide the essential products and support to help keep your employees performing at their best.
So your business can too. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready.
Get ready for the workday.
"16mm Film Crew" is a film and TV podcast. Join Cindy and Dale as they talk about the latest TV shows, movies, and entertainment news. New episodes drop every Tuesday, everywhere podcasts are found. Videos go live on YouTube every Thursday. Visit them on their website at 16mmfilmcrew.com.
Oh, I'm ready.
The most important part of your business are all the people who come through your doors every day. And Cintas can help you take care of them. Your dedicated Cintas service reps will provide the essential products and support to help keep your employees performing at their best.
So your business can too. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready.
Get ready for the workday.
Welcome back to Fast 29. 54 laps to go here in the Daytona 250 for the USORL Cup Series. Chris Pickett with Dale Barham here with you. Glad to have you with us. Yes, I know, Zach. The Cintas commercial has too many pixels and it's low res. Okay, I know. It's from YouTube. Leave me alone. All right, so the field is coming into turn one. They're about to choose. They're going to choose going into turn one. I don't think we mentioned that earlier.
I mean, I think I did, but
did you?
My audio wasn't there.
That's right. You weren't here. Yeah. So technically nobody heard it. So there we go. So here we go. Where the Daytona sign is, that's where they're going to choose. And there we go.
Ooh, that 39 out of nowhere worked his way back up the field. Second place now.
So what are these two guys doing on the apron?
Probably trying to do the same on the apron a bit more.
Is that what they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Is that legit in iRacing? I don't know. Or are they just doing it for funsies?
I think it is probably is most likely more legit than it would be in other sims. You know, the physics simulation of fluid dynamics.
You have to excuse me for a second. I'm gonna need to ban somebody from our chat real quick here. Hey, the president's coming in. Look at that. We're not gonna get political, but this race may have just went to crap.
Dang.
Yeah, that was a tough scene. Okay, so Kaloa Hankins leads Luke Smith on the outside on this restart. Hunter Johnson in the 25. He's the one on the apron there. Be alongside Connor Brandon in the 24. Davey Hazard, who was involved in that early wreck, that first caution, he's up to 5th now. He will restart in 6th alongside Noah Joyce. We do have a penalty on the number 51 of Dewey Schramm. He's falling to the back of the pack per race control, but here we go into the tri-oval. Pace car dives onto pit road. Hankins and Smith lead him down through the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We're back to racing in the Daytona 250.
Good start from Hankins on that bottom side. Johnson on the throttle quick. got a 2-car length gap between them and the next car behind them in that bottom line.
They got a pretty good restart there, but here comes that pack behind them. 2 cars ain't going to do it. Here comes the pack.
Look at that space.
Look at Hazard. He's going to make a move to the inside. Oh, boy. Johnson didn't know that move was coming. Hankins tried to pull up with him, and Hazard drives down to the inside. He's going to take the lead in turn 3.
That's the kind of driving I like. Just squeeze him up a little bit.
3 wide behind him.
Yeah, that restart wasn't good for a lot of people. We saw earlier before they entered that corner, there was a lot of gaps.
1 to halfway.
39 up on the high side. Can he drop back in? Yes, he does.
And Hankins and Johnson ended up getting back around Hazard through 1 and 2. But Hankins back out in front. Again, we don't know how much that 92 of Davey Hazard is compromised from that earlier incident as well. So he might have gotten up front, realized, oh, can't do anything here, and just fell right back in the line.
He just said, look, I just got to lead at least 1 lap, you know?
Oh, he got it, I think.
Yeah.
He might have made it back around. And for those of you that have been around the USRL for a while, you'll notice, yes, that is Davey Hazard in the 92. Former Cup champion switched numbers over the offseason from 75 to 92. Shocking all of his contemporaries. Halfway here at Daytona. I'm halfway to bedtime. It's been a long day, but we're here and having fun. Hope you guys are enjoying it here on Fast 29.
I want to say something about that, 24 being on the high side, but, having a 24 target car is, like you said, confusing.
Epically cursed. That's all I can say. Connor Brandon, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So we got Busch and Keselowski on the bottom. We got Larson and I guess Larson again. Oh, wait, no, the 48 was... Who ran the 48 in that car? Who was that? Was that Brennan Poole?
Mears or Poole?
Was it Brennan Poole? Might have been. Let us know in the chat. We can't remember. And then...
We're old.
Yes, and then there's that 17 that's just showing up randomly now. That's Jacob Bradford, actually. Let's give a call to him. He's back up here. He started 26th. He's moving up into 6th. That's 17 on the outside. Then you got Joyce and Ingram, and we basically now... Thank you, Zach. It was Poole. Basically got another 200-mile-an-hour pace lap here.
Just past the halfway point,
Brennan just took the lead, Ray. We shouldn't have mentioned that. Ray Tustin is a huge Brennan Poole fan. And at least his car has taken the lead. We know Poole can't do that in real life.
Oof.
It wasn't Brennan? Okay, it wasn't him then. Okay. Well, that was a shot that didn't need to be happening. We cannot. Okay, so we're still up in the air on who drove the 48. Ray would know. He is the Brennan Poole expert. See, I just fixed it, Ray. When you slam me in just a second about making fun of Brennan, wait for that compliment to come through because I know we're on delay, and then just smile it off, okay? Hey, Tommy Bordeaux, welcome to the chat. Hi, buddy.
Or on the low side, exiting pit lane. Everybody gets around them safely, though.
On board with Davey Hazard. Yeah, there's the hey, whoa. Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be really late. In here, this is Jace Nelson in the 48. As he starts swapping lanes, moves to the outside to pick up Brannon. That's going to leave the inside for Hankins. Does he have the fender there? Not quite. That's what it is. Brennan's number with... Okay, it's Brennan's number with Larson's car. Okay, that makes sense. So we have 2 Larsons in the front just with Brennan Poole's number. There we go. Kyle Poole. I like that. Well, now the 2 Larson cars are side by side. Luke Smith pushing Larson on the outside. That'd be Brennan. And Kyle Busch pushing. This is too confusing. I'm not doing this anymore.
As he at second pack behind him, is sitting in single file. As long as these guys up front can go 2 by 2, they can bunch the pack up all over again.
21 cars in this lead pack. It was one of them drops down on the apron back there through the tri-oval. The Donald's car. I wasn't knocking Brendan. I just like making fun of Ray every now and then. I don't get to very much anymore.
Ooh, 48
bump
gets
in
a
there,
little
yep.
loose right there. Yeah. At 24 and 20 at 39, keeping that outside line moving, getting a little loose though.
Brandon edges out in front again. You're on board him. There's Nelson on the bottom, edging back ahead through 1 and 2.
So that low line is falling apart a bit.
So
A lot of gaps.
Nelson just hopped back up to the outside line to pull Brennan.
See the second pack now.
Yep, here
following
comes
suit.
Brandon to the bottom. Johnson there in the 25, a little squirrely. Third car in line on the bottom, the GoDaddy machine.
Chevy's back to back to back.
Ooh.
Up front.
That's Davey Hazard looking back. This is looking at the back of Johnson.
He's lifting a bit in the corner. Gets back on the throttle.
Yep, he's full throttle, off throttle, full throttle, off throttle, full throttle, off throttle.
That's me. I'm not. I can't do full throttle all through the corner, knowing the cars in front of me. I gotta blip it a bit on entry. You know.
Yep. That's what you got to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and get notified on Fast 29 whenever we go live. We got more than just this on this channel. You get to see me try and do something behind the wheel every now and then. Sometimes entertaining, sometimes sad. All the time.
Fun.
Yes. Very good. We can come up with a tagline for that. Okay, Tommy, get your chores done. Come back. We'll be here. 42 laps to go. Plenty of time.
Mm-hmm. I want to see who gets impatient first, as all these both packs running 2 by 2. Once again, they're waiting for the next person to get impatient and create a third line and create some chaos.
You know what I love about ATVO? I want to give them a shout out real quick. I just realized if you actually have a custom number in Trading Paints, it's actually showing on my ticker with no additional work by me. God bless you. For those of you that have been around the NR broadcasts, there's a lot of work that goes into making those actually they're GIF files for those ticker numbers. Whenever you see those on Fast 29, it is very time consuming. Dale's been involved with that a little bit, helping me out with that. It's not a fun time. So just to see them pop up there, if they have the custom numbers and Trading Paints, is just chef's kiss.
A lot of time spent making custom scripts to somehow make the work shorter.
Yes. Good GIF is how you pronounce that. Okay, Zach. That's another reason why you're not up here.
See, that's why you're not in the booth.
That's why you're not in the booth. Oh boy, they're getting squirrely here now. Oh, there's
that
contact.
Yeah,
that's Johnson.
Went up.
Oh, Doe's trying to save his. We're still good. Wow.
25 went for a move that was not there.
No, he's damaged that machine. Unfortunate. There's the 25.
Went for that gap. was too close. Didn't give. Was at the 39 any room to lift off the throttle and just got loose.
Oh, there's more contact behind them.
Ooh,
Oh, Rada just slammed in the back of the 25.
That's a caution.
Yep, there's still no caution yet.
No caution. Wow.
Oh,
That's
wow,
shades
that was...
of shades of Rockingham, which Swallace drove in the Catherine leg.
And now Johnson, I think, is just going to park it back there on the back straightaway. He's got the right front down. He's got the left front in the wall now. And he's going to call it a night. That's unfortunate.
That right there is on that second pack, not that leader not paying attention to where that car was, because they had ample time to go high and go around him.
Yeah, and I think the 25 should have probably been below the yellow line there, too. That probably would have helped as well, because he was still on the racing line coming into 1. So...
But he wasn't
I'll give him
down. He was just off pace from,
I don't know if he knew how much damage he had or what, but... Yeah, so we just got word from race control that they did have a meatball flag on the 25 at the time of that. So I don't know if he was trying to... He was definitely dropping debris or something there. Definitely off pace. But meanwhile, out front...
Nelson in the full 848. And who is that behind him? Hazard, the madman. Squeeze everybody out of the way to work his way up front.
Hey, we finally got a new fastest lap. It's no longer Collette back in 39th. It's Kerry Rogers in the 77 and 16th. Just turned the fastest lap of the race.
I mean, that makes sense. Your faster laps here on plate tracks are usually the guys running mid-pack.
But it took, Collette had that fastest lap on, lap 3. So, we finally got a new taker. It's a 77 on the bottom there right behind Huang Do.
51 goes right into the bumper of 71. A little too close for comfort back there.
That's Victor Valley in the 71. Connor Brandon dropped way back on last couple of laps, that target machine. He's now back in 14th. I don't know if that was by design or not. But Jace Nelson continues to lead. Davey Hazard is second. Noah Joyce running in third. Luke Smith is in fourth. Darren Ingram and Kaloa Hankins battle for fifth.
Johnson still in the pits.
Right on board with Nelson, looking back at Hazard. You just went all rubato on me, by the way. Don't know what happened there. So I have no idea what you just said, Dale. I think you're not saying it again, so I guess I want to point.
Johnson still in the pits, hasn't, retired the car, it looks like.
He's been on, well, did he just come off I think he might have just killed it right there because the pit stop just went away entirely, so he might have just decided it was going to be a little bit too long to, well, no, it's still ticking. There it is. It just wasn't coming up on the tower. I think after a certain period of time, it just goes away and then pops back on later. Ryan Tovar in the pits there in the 8. Probably getting pretty close to another window opening of pit stops, and that should, I believe, put us in the window to make it from here on fuel as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
About lap 28, 29, 27. Probably around that point.
To go, yep.
And Mendez exits the race completely.
I think he's going to actually I think that's going to be our first official retiree. I know we had earlier, there was a couple of them that were showing as out, but we believe that was actually server issues. So everybody is on the track except for the 99 of Anthony Mendez, who is out now. The rest of the 39 cars are out there and running. Currently, right now, DJ Harris is in limbo. I'm not for sure where he's at. Oh, he just got lapped. There we go. It's updating on the screen at the moment. So we've got 26 cars on the lead lap. Those off the lead lap right now are Dewey Schramm, Andrew Wallace, Ryan Tovar, DJ Harris, Austin Dombrowski, Michael Murata, Henrietta Bordeaux, Brian Perry, Joseph Weaver, Brandon Newby, Jack Healy, Hunter Johnson, and Ricky Coletti. Those are the ones that are off the lead lap. If I did not mention your favorite driver in that list, he is up there 26th forward on the lead lap somewhere. Lead pack has 20 cars in it, separated by 2 seconds as they all go single file now.
Yeah, Rada is the 3 car, the first car on, or the last car on the lead lap.
I believe he's pitting right now as well. I think he just double up the pits there.
About 28 seconds back from everybody else.
No, I'm corrected. He has not pitted. He just backed way off. Remember, he kind of slammed in the back of the 25 there when he had the issue coming into the turn 1, so he's probably got some damage on the front end of that machine. This is the most single file we've seen all night. All right, everybody, go get you an ice cream. We got the reverse junior line, everybody on the bottom.
Nose to tail single file once again. Nobody trying to peek out and create a second line anymore.
I don't think they can right now. There's too much of a gap between the cars. You know, if they wanted to, they'd have to get somebody to get up on their bumper and push them. But right now, there's at least a half a car length between everybody except for the 2 leaders. 8 or 9 laps of fuel left for the leaders. So, yeah, you were pretty close on your calculation. There's about 22 to 23 to go.
Mm-hmm.
We had not talked to anybody. We were kind of on a a rush to get on the. Whoa, you okay? Was that you or was that?
Like never had mentioned earlier about pets.
Was that? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, Jack, if you go back and watch this, yeah, it's not just you.
50 car there might be an advantage because remember the last pit stop he pit at the caution. So you might have about 3 to 4 laps worth of fuel more than the rest of these guys up front.
Potentially, yeah. I can't see when the last pit stop was. I can only see how many they've taken. Now, there's a couple of guys that are up here that have pitted multiple times more than the leaders. The top 4 have, actually top 5 have only pitted twice. There's a few of them that pitted a couple more extra times that are up there, so it's kind of hard to tell that information. We have to actually ask them, and I can't do that. So, Ray, I would give you side by side, but for some reason I deleted that scene. I was going to do it for you just for the heck of it, but I don't have that scene in here anymore.
Just for him, just for you.
Yep, just for you. I would have done it. Wait for an NR broadcast that I do. I have it there. That's also where I have the. Should I spill the surprise that I have on NR broadcasts?
Oh, man, it's up to you.
You want to do that? Yeah.
Up to you. Up to you.
Yeah, because if you watch any of the NR broadcast, there is the potential to have triple screens at once.
Oh shit!
You know it's good when Dale drops a bomb like that. So now we got a couple guys that are going to be pitting this time by. I did spill the surprise here. Whoa, man.
Ooh,
all the leaders.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
That was
That was quick. Oh, my goodness.
Ooh.
Look at that.
48 loses about 5 positions there, though.
Sure did. The 21, that was Scott Lamp.
I love Lamp.
There it is. I think he gained like 4 or 5 spots coming in there. Got to see how the race control views that. Leaders coming down the back stretch here. That's John Peterson now leading the pack with Brandon Lowe's, Victor Valley in this pack, Kerry Rogers, early leader Cal Lovall. Ooh, man, this pack is getting racy here. Victor Valley on the outside takes the lead. 71 car, first time he's been out front all night.
Zero patience from these guys right now.
Look at all the Spire machines up here. Look at that. You got Victor Valley in the 71, Kerry Rogers in the 77, Cam Barnes in the 7.
Too bad that's not real life.
No, true. True. So we've got McDowell, Hocevar, Haley. Biffle making a move on the bottom. You see him? That's Doug Denice. Haven't mentioned him very much tonight. The 40 car, that was the 3M machine you saw on the bottom.
He's had a quiet race running around mid-pack, and not doing too much.
Trying to stay out of trouble. Make it to the end. That's it. And that's what you got to do here at Daytona. Survive the early stuff. Be there around at the end. Penalty for the 06 of Huang Do. Apparently he was too far to the left coming through the pit lane and caused multiple issues. He is serving a black flag. So it'll be a drive-through penalty for the 06 of Huang Do. Once again, another early leader in trouble here. And here he comes to serve that penalty now.
At least it's under a green flag pit, so he's not, hampered too much.
You see that on the indicator on the side ticker there, showing the black flag. Also looks like Jacob Bradford's got a black flag as well. Not for sure why. I haven't heard anything from race control on that. Might have been caught speeding because he's in the pit lane now.
Just take the drive-through and,
Oh, apparently there was contact on the pit lane as well between Huang Do and Darren Ingram coming off the pit lane. Yeah, race control is discussing this with the 06 right now. And it sounds like we missed it on the camera, but it seemed like the 06 made contact with the 1 further down the pit lane after the initial violation of being too far left. Oh, and speaking of too far left, Victor Valley into the inside pit wall here, trying to make his pit stop, losing all kinds of time. Cannot get that thing in the box. Unfortunate for Victor Valley, the 71, the leader under this pit sequence, losing all kinds of time. You can see the difference in the pit lane time versus everybody else. 10 seconds difference on a lot of these guys. Unfortunate. So that's going to hand the lead now to Steve Rada, actually, on the backstretch, followed by Cam Barnes. Yeah, sadly, Zach, you're probably right. Normal Spire, yeah.
doing Spire things.
Spire doing Spire things. So Steve Rada in the 3 is your leader. Yes, that is a cow on his hood. Clear as a bell now. The sun has come down enough to where we can see that. And he's going to make his final stop of the day, potentially. Jack Healy just behind.
A bit of an unsure pit entry,
That's me every time. That'll bring the lead back to Cam Barnes. He is pitted, and he had a heck of a pit stop to put him out here. He was on pit lane for 29.5 seconds, in the box for just a shade under 10. But he's out there by himself, and here comes Austin Hakes, the ARCA winner, to the outside. And Hakes is going to take the lead going into turn 3 for the first time. 28 car. Barnes will slide into second. Scott Lamp is in third, the 21. Brandon Lowe's on the outside with Garrett Sidnor. And Hakes is going to pit.
Let his lap head to the pit lane, but now he's off cycle because now he's by himself with no help when he gets back on track. This last pit cycle really shuffled up the grid with 20 to go.
We're trying to see who hasn't pitted here of this field here that's out front. You got Brandon Lowe's, Garrett Sidnor, Doug Denice, Cam Barnes, Cal Lovall. Barnes definitely is pitted. We noted that. But of these 4 here, we're trying to find out who has and hasn't pitted to this group yet.
That's 44 currently running a league. There's Sendor, as we mentioned earlier, about his early pit. Getting that push in second place. Got the 40 of nice behind him with that GM. All these leaders running single file now. Once that pit cycle's over, they're trying to push as much they can to get by these lap cars as they're exiting pit lane.
19 to go here at Daytona. Brandon Lowe's your leader.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is pitted in this group. So now we're going to see what we're going to have here. 6 cars in this lead pack.
All back there in the 5 and 4th place. And, him and Lowe's are battling it out for majority of the race early in the beginning. Good to see them back up front.
Sneaky Doug DeNice.
Mm-hmm.
Remember from the Dash series that we broadcast here on Fast 29? He'd run mid-pack or even toward the back of the pack all race long. And then all of a sudden, he's there.
Yeah.
Here he is again in 3rd with 18 laps to go. 75 of Jack Healy is just retired from the event.
Look, my racing motto is stay quiet, keep the car safe. It'll be there for you at the end.
That's it. Yes, Ray, there's the 44 font. We know. We know. I swear, we're going to have to do a Brennan Poole throwback race just to make Ray just completely go, oh my gosh.
full Brendan Poole scheme, for Tiberius Motorsports and NR? Question mark.
Let's ask James about that one. That's not my call. $17 to go. Lead pack is 6 cars, a couple lap cars in this pack as well. Ray says yes. Okay, we'll get with him. We'll see what happens.
Just tell James, Ray said it, so. Yeah,
Ray said it, so we have to do it now. He has made them all for NR, I guarantee you. We just have to change some numbers. We'll be good to go.
$17 to go. Might end up, getting dicey real soon. These guys might wait till the last minute to ride single file out. Got the 90 with a 92 back there, the last car in this pack, up front pack right now. Wonderful recovery by him, being involved in that major wreck earlier. Lowe, Sindor, Nice, Lovall, Barnes, Lamp, Smith, Joyce, Peterson, Hankins, your top 10.
Let's see if we can go back and take a look and see if we can find what happened to Huang Do as to why he got the black flag. Curiosity has got me on that. We're just trying to see what all took place here.
Was it? I think it was his pit entry might have been the issue.
So this is coming into the pits. Remember, they said he was too far to the left coming in. So he's trying to, he cuts it left there. Still left. Still going left. They're 3 wide. Okay, he hits the 28. Catches the 1. Yeah.
He doesn't. He's just not lifting or paying attention at all yet.
So that's what race control deemed to be that. And then he overshot his pit box on top of everything else. Goodness gracious. When it rains, it pours.
So it wasn't that he entered bad. It's just he wasn't being aware of, the cars pitting in front of him.
Unfortunate. He's in a pack that's about to be overtaken by the leaders here. They're just in front of him as the sun is setting here at Daytona. Made much harder to see who these cars are with that glare. Brandon Lowe's continues to lead. Garrett Sidnor sits in second. Doug Denice in third. Cal Lovell in fourth. Cam Barnes sits fifth. Scott Lamp is in sixth, and he is the last car in this pack that's on the lead lap and in the hunt. The two cars at the back of the pack, they're a lap down. I believe that's Austin Hakes, and I believe that's Joey Stefano back there, I believe. It's hard to tell. I believe that's 45.
To go right now. Next time, but it'll be 12 to go.
I clicked on his name, and I was right. That is Joey. Look at me go.
Look at you.
So now you're in this lead pack, Dale. You got a chance at definitely a top 5. You're hoping nobody in one of those packs behind you does something dumb, or the pack in front of you that you're about to catch.
I would think the risky part right now is working by lap traffic, especially if you saw ahead. I think these guys are 2 by 2 ahead of them, which as a lead lap car, you're kind of sketchy about. Well, the person who has to pay most attention is the leader and probably the second place guy. Everybody else after that point on can make their moves and decide, okay, based on how the leader reacts, or if the leader gets caught behind somebody, I can make a move and make a pass. So it's dicey time, you know?
Absolutely. Folks, I think you might be just as tired as me of seeing poor Hunter Johnson's pit time on there. So I'm going to see if we can just get him off there. There we go. Now we're good.
He's on his Kyle Larson.
He's been on the pit lane for 20-something minutes. I don't even think he's even on the track anymore. So we'll go ahead and make it to where that's not interrupting us as we've come down to the end of this Daytona 250. Hope you guys have enjoyed it here on Fast 29. We've had a blast here tonight. Had a few technical glitches early on, but we got those settled out and settled into a very nice race here. So we're going to see who's going to have what here coming down to it. 6 cars on the lead lap in front in this lead pack as they're about to lap this pack in front of them.
Might not have, might not have disconnected, but he clearly, walked out the car, pulled a little Kimi Räikkönen and went to the RV and chilled.
That sounds really good right now, I'm not going to lie. Leaders down on the bottom. Got one of the lap cars on the outside blinking on and off. I think that's Zach Krastowski in the 4.
50's all over the bumper, that 44.
So who do you want to be in this pack right now? Do you want to be leading in the 44 with Brandon Lowe's? Do you want to be second with Garrett Sidnor? Or do you want to be further back in the pack?
I mean, depending on how fast they catch that second pack, I'd probably want to be, either third or fourth, either Denice or Lovell, their positions,
Oh, there's somebody on the inside. Caution is out. Ooh. Somebody spinning on the bottom. This changes everything.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be probably the last restart, probably the most important one of the race. You're the top 4, top 5, you're now making deals and calling people, on driver chat. Looks like the number 1 caused that one.
The 1 car.
Brandon Ingram.
That's Darren Ingram.
Oh, I said sorry.
Too many Brandons and all kinds of people out there tonight. Yeah. So we can trying to see. Having trouble finding it in our replays here. Not for sure where we're at here. Well, we're our replay booth trying to find it. Okay. So this was in a pack probably about, let's see. Pack was led by 17th place Steven Merzlak on this way around. So we're going to pick it up coming through the trial here. That's Merzlak. That you'll see the Denny Hamlin progressive machine back there, the blue car coming in the tri-oval. Single file, single file. That's the 8 of Ryan Tovar in front of Ingram. And as they come out of the tri-oval, he just gives a little shot to the back of him, and around he goes.
Looks like the 8 just lifted off the throttle just a bit, and Ingram just stayed in the front a little bit more.
And now, what do we have? This is going to be insane here.
Well, the caution came out, lap 9? So
9 to
probably
go.
going to go green, 4 laps to go? If needed, do we have green white checkers set up if
we
needed?
Do. Yes,
okay.
we have 3 attempts at an overtime finish if needed. Right on board with Brandon Lowe's the leader, looking ahead at the pace car. Sid Norris sits second. Denice, Barnes, Lamp. Lovall's up there as well. I think he's kind of blinking in and out there on the bottom. There he is. Wave around car is the 12, I believe. Joseph Weaver. Well, he's at least going by the pace car. He's back further than that in the scoring, so I'm not for sure what was going on there.
No, this is the worst spot you want to be in if you're that 44.
Yeah.
You
worked so hard to get a small pack to battle for the end of the race. You had 6 cars in your pack. That's all you had to worry about. Now you have 19.
Especially considering, when the race started, he was on that high side trying to get everybody to get that high side of the work, had no help. But now he's probably recalling that, I'm not gonna go high at all. I'm gonna stay low. Everybody try to go by me on the high side as well. But all that work, all that fighting, working his way up and down the field to, finally come back late in the race, running up front at the lead, and then it's kind of dashed away by other people.
We were just talking about how you're in this lead pack and you're hoping nothing happens in the packs around you. Well, I kind of made that, kind of smoked that into existence, unfortunately. I hope Brandon can forgive me. A few of the lappers in the pit lane. Zach, it was a 1-car spin. You didn't miss much. You're probably going to see way more now as they come to the choose in turn 1. Lowe's takes the bottom. Sidnor takes the bottom. Denice is going to move up to the outside lane on the up in second place on the outside lane. Cam Barnes behind him. Lovall takes the bottom. Peterson's up there. Scott Lamp. This is still anybody's race. All right. Well, we weren't sure if we needed the seat belts yet. We're going to need them now. So we're going to be 5 laps to go when this field comes around.
The math was close, But I had it at 4. We get 5.
Yes, Zach, I can't talk. Leave me alone. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. Somebody mute Fennec Gaming, please. I'm just teasing. We're having fun. Hope you guys are having fun here on Fast 29. It's been a blast tonight. getting this season started for the USRL Season 12. Brandon Lowe's, Doug Denice, Geico Restart Zone coming to 5 laps to go in the Daytona 250. Let's finish this off. Here we go.
Upside checks up a bit. Good start between the 44 and the 50 on the low side.
Inside line got a real good push there on that restart. Luke Smith's been trying that outside line all night long to make it 3 wide back there. He's trying it again. Contact against the wall there. Barnes in front of him. Is Denice going to get shuffled in the middle?
It looks like Denice had nothing on that start, getting shuffled back. He caused that, major stack up. Now he's in the sucker hole, falling back fast.
They haven't called his name much tonight, but Merzlak's moving up in the 90. The HKS machine making some noise here late. Top 4, single out. Scott Lamp is the leader of the outside lane. See if he can get a push.
2x2 starting back at row 5. Get top sides not working together.
These top 2 are teammates as well. They're 2 Fords out front. And the team owner is sitting in 4th on the bottom.
As they go high, giving that room down free on the bottom side.
Peterson getting a big push on the bottom.
It might have been a bad move going into the high side.
Oh, Lowe's drops back down to the bottom. Coming to 3 laps to go. Sidnor the outside to make contact. That lost a lot of momentum for the inside lane as Sidnor takes the lead. Lovell looks low.
Late move right there.
Here comes Lamp. Lamp and Barnes to the outside. Sidnor trying to block the outside lane.
That's some mirror driving right there.
Yep, he's switching back and forth, trying to figure out which lane's going to move. Contact from Lamp into the back of Sidnor. Lovell's going to get turned. Caution is out.
Caution
and big
is out.
crash.
Caution. Ooh.
Love all around. I think that's Lowe's as well.
Look, it was bound to happen, that lap. Everybody was moving, jostling back and forth. A lot of the pushes weren't aligned properly. Like, cars were just drifting back and forth, and people were not lifting, just kept pushing. And this is the straw that broke the camel's back.
Coming off turn 2. You saw Sidnor kind of shifting back and forth, trying to block the 2 lanes. As they come down the backstretch, we may have the Fox replay again where we don't see the start of this. Up there it goes. Oh, there's a wreck behind them as well.
Yeah,
wreck in the back.
Wow.
That was the initial caution, was that spin. And then up front, Lovell gets turned by Lowe's. I don't know how Scott Lamp held on to his machine. Peterson does a great job of avoiding as well as Hankins. Lowe's gets turned around with Hazard. Austin Spencer just barely sneaks by on the bottom. A lot of good driving by a lot of these guys to miss that.
It was this caution here, even disregarding the one that happened in the back of the field, this one up front was always going to happen sooner or later with the way those guys are pushing and shoving and switching lanes repeatedly.
And we're trying to see, it was that might have been Austin Hakes back there that got turned around initially. Oh, yeah, he got right reared basically down the backstretch, and then the bigger wreck with the leaders happens in front of this.
I think it just the car on the high side just hit his quarter panel just a bit on the exit of the corner.
So this is going to be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Cam Barnes is your, well, we're still having some issues with our timing. The guy's blinking in and out in the server here. Garrett Sidnor, is your leader. Scott Lamp is second, who somehow got hit in the left rear, held onto it when Cal Lovell got turned. He's sitting in second. Cam Barnes is third. Luke Smith is fourth. Noah Joyce is your top 5. So we're going to see how this is going to go.
Drivers, they're getting a little testy back there.
Yeah, we're getting some For those of you that obviously nobody can hear this on the stream, but we have race control in our ears, and they're trying to calm down somebody. I'm not for sure who that was. Garrett Sidnor, Dash Series champion this season. All right, who you got? There's still a bunch on the lead lap here. All right, so we're coming to 1 to go here at the line. They'll be choosing in turn 1. Go ahead, Dale. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm looking at probably the 50 at Sindor, Just, he just probably has the advantage of being that lead front car is most likely going to take the bottom side and hold it and have everybody try to work past him on the high side, Probably has a little bit fresher tires considering on one of the earlier, pit cycles, he pit late and actually the last car to pit. So his tires should be good to go compared to his contemporaries.
Now, one other thing we have not mentioned at all, and I apologize we haven't, this is also a USRL Dash for Cash race as well. I completely forgot to mention this, and I apologize. There were, I believe, 11 entries in that Dash for Cash, and the drivers that are involved with that are Hong Do, Zach Krastowski, Cal Lovell, DJ Harris, Joseph Weaver, Austin Spencer, Henrietta Bordeaux, John Peterson, Jack Healy, Steven Merzlag, and Anthony Mendez. If any one of those 11 drivers wins this race tonight, they get a $45 purse out of a pot of the Dash for Cash. So right now, John Peterson, I believe, is in the best spot to get that cash right now as he sits in 6th on the outside row here, 3rd back.
Got some, choose violations back there. We're going to get a bunch of EOLs most likely on this final restart potentially.
You don't want that. Also, Garrett Sidnor is in position as well. He was last year's champion of this race. So we've got that going for us. There's only been one repeat winner. Jake Oakley won in Season 1 and Season 6 in this opener. Everybody else, it's been a different winner every season. So we'll see if Garrett can go back-to-back. We'll see if it's somebody new. We'll see if somebody who's won before. Cam Barnes was 2 seasons ago's champion in this race, and he's up there too. As we come to the first attempt at a green-white checkered. Green flag in the air. Garrett Sidnor brings him down.
This is going to be tight. You're going to see a lot of pushing and shoving. As you see some moves back there, car going from the bottom up to the high side right there. That's Toyota back there. Right now from Sindor, just ride that bottom line.
And you're right, Tommy. That's the highest finishing Dash for Cash winner gets the cash. We got contact, and around they go. Did they save that? No, caution is out.
No, caution is out.
I was going to say, there's no way they saved that. I think it was a 24 that got kind of turned in the middle of that. We lost everybody here for a second there. I think it was 20. Man, that was really quick there. Couldn't tell who it was.
That was always going to, this late in the race, 2 laps to go, cautions are going to breed cautions at this moment, Everybody sees a chance for a win in their head right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was the 48 that got turned, not the 24. I heard that wrong in my ear. That's why I didn't get a camera on it. Sorry about that. So here we go, coming down the back straightaway. Everybody's just jostling these 2 lines, trying to get some momentum.
Just a bad push off the exit.
You see they're 3 wide, about 8th or 9th back. There's the contact there. Yellow car hits the outside wall. I believe that's the 45. And then, Steven Merzlag gets caught up in it. Doug DeNice, who had such a strong mid-pack run all night long trying to avoid everything. He gets caught up in it, and somehow they all straighten it up. Look at that. They straightened it all up. See, we lost Doug, though, but I was trying to switch to him. But that was pretty insane that they were able to catch that. But I think Doug ended up against the inside wall on the backstretch, and that's why the caution came out. That was a weird one. Yeah, it wouldn't be one of our broadcasts without something weird like that. So we're going to try it again. Rack it up again for another restart here, as we're going to see a few guys decide, mainly toward the back of the pack, they're going to take advantage of the caution and get another set of tires on there if you've got one. Remember, there's 3 changes of tires allowed in this, so if you've got tires left, go ahead and get them. And maybe looking at potentially a little bit of a fuel situation as well for some of those guys, too, that pitted a little bit earlier. Sidnor right now, he's coasting around in 4th, so he may be trying to save some fuel himself. Garrett saying hi to the pace car. Pace car says
back
hi
again.
Back. Yep. Pace car says hi back. Listening to Race Control, we've been having issues of people claiming wrecks tonight. Similar situation happened in the ARCA race, too. So what ends up happening, folks, for those of you that are new to sim racing, is that they don't claim the wreck that happens if nobody claims responsibility for it and penalize themselves. It gets reviewed in post-race, and penalties end up getting issued at that point. And usually those are more severe because you didn't own up to what you did.
Mm-hmm. I'm used to giving those out.
Yep. You gave me one at Talladega. But that was because it was the last lap. That's why. And Mike Carroll, if you're watching, again, I am very sorry. All right. I guess it's about time to see God of the checker flag here, right, Dale?
Yep.
Thank you so much to everybody that's been watching tonight. This has been an awesome one, and it's about to come down to it. Second attempt at green-white checkered. Garrett Sidnor with Noah Joyce now alongside. Luke Smith was in second. He's decided to take the bottom behind Sidnor. Connor Brandon back up here in 4th. He'd gotten shuffled back mid-pack about 30 or so laps ago, and he was an earlier front runner. He's now back up to 4th. Scott Lamp and Kaloa Hankins in row 3. Cam Barnes and Brandon Lowe's in row 4. Peterson and Ingram round out the top 10. You have a call to Colby Martin. He's up in 11th right now. Had a very quiet run.
Up.
Yep, he's had a quiet run in that 94. Give a call to him there. He is the McDonald's machine on the outside there. Just been quiet and missed some stuff, and he's a little bit in the hunt here. I don't know, Dale, the way that 50's been running around in the apron here, are we concerned about his fuel?
I don't know. Maybe he might be on fumes, but hopefully he can keep it going.
Well, we're gonna see if he's got 2 more laps in him. Pace car is in. Second attempt at a green-white checkered here in the Daytona 250. Green flag back in the air. Sidnor leads him, but Noah Joyce is sticking to the outside in this restart.
Looks like that bottom side got no work, but never mind. It's coming up side by side, entering the turn 1
Oh boy,
into turn 2.
All over each other here off of 2.
The shuffling starts again.
Oh man, 3, 4 wide, middle of the pack. 4 wide, down into turn 3. Oh, there's contact and around goes Lowe's.
Oh, Lowe's saves it. Oh, into the wall. The caution doesn't come out.
Caution's not out.
Oof.
Oh, now there's a spin off of turn 3. Turn 4, excuse me. That's right. That's Rada. Oh, Loval takes a shot to the back.
Giving Race Command a bit of a headache here with these guys getting too
Did
dicey.
the leaders get the white flag is the question.
I know they might have. This last one was called right as they entered the tri-oval.
Waiting for confirmation from race control. Luke Smith is shown as the leader. No, excuse me. Cam Barnes is. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Well, what is going on with my standings? Scott Lamp is shown as the leader. What a time for my timing and scoring to go ballistic. Yeah, Scott Lamp had gotten a heck of a run here down the back straightaway when everybody got shuffled around. So watch the 21. Ignore the wreck in the back. So there's Lamp moving to the outside with Barnes. And look at this run he gets on the high side. There's only 2 cars on the bottom. There's where Lowe's gets turned and into the outside wall there. And somehow we didn't have a huge wreck there. And then off turn 4, you see Rada get turned. Ooh, Lovall takes a shot from the 12. And coming to the line, I still can't tell if the yellow was out or not. I believe it was at that point. Can't really get a camera on that.
Yeah, got the free cam to move around a bit.
I do not, unfortunately. Well, this view should definitely tell us if the yellow is out at the line. Well, it's cutting out right before we get to it, so I'm not for sure why it's doing that. Again, we're still.
Might want to.
There we go.
There we go. Just stay with the leader frame by frame.
Yep, let's take a look. There's a yellow there. Whoops. Went too far back. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Heck with it. Yes, yellow's still out. Yeah, no white flag confirmed. So, yes, we are about to rack it up again for the 3rd attempt. Now that everybody's completely and totally confused because I can't click the right buttons. Yes, yellow was out before the leaders took the white flag. So, 3rd attempt. Thank you, Zach. I'm only one person. We did get a warning for the 6 car of Austin Dombrowski for plowing in that last wreck as well. I believe he was the one that hit Lovall at the end of that wreck that we saw.
Yeah, so like it just gets too dicey.
So there's the initial wreck. Yeah, this is the last attempt, Tommy. 3rd green white checker coming up. There's the wreck coming off turn 4. Lovall and Rada. Everybody trying to figure out which way to go, and ooh, right there is the shot there, and you see the 11 spinning back there behind him as well. All right. So we're coming down to it here. I've said that twice now, but here we go again. Tough break for Brandon Lowe's as well. Had a strong run. Gets caught up in something late.
Worked his way back, really caught up and everything.
Things you hate to see.
That's racing, though.
It is. All right, final attempt at a green-white checkered. Again, looks like Peterson is still in the position for the top dash for cash win. And second place does get $10. I believe I mentioned that, but I'm going to mention it again just in case I forget. So if whoever finishes second in those drivers that I listed earlier, they get $10. And right now I believe Steven Merzlak is in that spot. Next time I'll need to highlight them somehow. Make it easier. I figure out how to do that. More fun little things to figure out at a later date. But for right now, we have business to attend to. Daytona 250 up for grabs. Garrett Sidnor, Luke Smith, front row.
That 24 back up there in that first target car.
Yeah, they don't need to do that again. Pace car. Here we go. Pace car's in. Sidnor, Smith, front row. Barnes, Joyce, second row. Green flag. Final attempt at a green-white checkered at Daytona.
Gonna start from Sidnor with Barnes behind him giving that push. But that top side gets back side by side with them as they enter into turn one.
They make it to the white flag, and the caution comes out then. The race is over. Here we go. Smith edges out ahead. Big push from Joyce. Outside line getting a little squirrely. Hankins all over Brandon.
Going 3 wide back there for no reason.
Everybody just trying to get what they can now. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go at Daytona. Who's going to get here first? Who's going to make it back around? Sidnor jumps back to the outside. White flag in the air. Joyce pushing Smith. Sidnor on the outside. Smith jumps to the outside to block him.
A little bit high, a little bit loose, a little bit straight.
Oh, Sidnor goes low. Contact off two.
Side by side, squeeze him a bit into the wall.
Oh, Sidnor ends up on the apron. Caution, big crash down the back stretch. Smith comes through.
Ooh.
Are we racing back or is it over? Can't tell. Oh,
white flag.
Merzlak involved.
Looks like whatever content we got there, when the camera switched.
Here we go to the line. Out. And Luke Smith is going to come to the line. Luke Smith is your winner in the Daytona 250.
Sidnor just, I don't know what happened but the camera switched at the wrong point, so there was a blind spot there in the broadcast. And when we cut back, Sidnor's
on the apron coming off a 2, yeah. All right, well, let's go back and see if we can see what happened first. So we have a better camera angle of what started all that. Okay, we do have a much better view than what we saw initially here. So here's coming off turn 2, Smith on the outside, Sidnor on the bottom. We're going to do this in slow-mo here. There we go. So coming off turn 2. Sidnor sliding up. He catches Smith on the outside. Oh, we switched to that camera again.
Contact.
What is going on with that? There we go. And that knocks Sidnor down to the apron. And then behind him, all heck breaks loose. Joyce gets turned right in front of the field. Brandon involved. Peterson.
Ooh, across the whole track.
The whole field gets caught up in that wreck back there. Oh, my goodness.
That lets Sidnor, get back on track safely and recover into fourth place.
They're still wrecking going into turn 3. Look at that. Too numerous to even mention going into turn 3.
Was that the big one at the end of the race?
That was the big one. They waited until turn 3 of the final lap, of the final The final green, white, checkered. Which I guess is a good thing. We didn't get a bunch of them knocked out, so that's good. Wow. All right. So, Luke Smith is your winner. Still unofficially. They're still doing some.
Yes.
Okay, we are back. I think we're back. Let us know if you see us. We had a little bit of a glitch up here. Obviously, you see our broadcast graphics are completely jacked up here at the moment. So we're going to see if we can kind of get some things cleared off here. Okay, I think we're... Thanks for sticking with us there. Sorry about that. I don't know why that is there, though. That's weird. There we go. Okay, now we're good. All right, so Luke Smith is your unofficial winner here at Daytona. Things have kind of froze up on the iRacing side, but you see him attempting his burnout at the start-finish line. We're going to see if we can get that back going. Because he deserves to celebrate. He pulled off a great win here tonight. There we go. I guess yeah, it just froze right there. I guess he just parked it right there. Yep, he just parked it there and did kind of a burnout at the very end there. Here he comes to the line. We're still waiting for all of the telemetry to come back up here, but so we can get our full field rundown. We'll have to talk to our top 3 finishers, Luke Smith, Cam Barnes, and Kaloa Hankins here momentarily as well. Again, thank you so much for being with us here on Fast 29. We had a little up and down with the technology here a little bit, but we made it to the end, Dale. So that's great. All right. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can get a word from our finishers. Let's see if we can get... oh, that's not the right view at all. What is happening? What is happening? There we go. Again, brought to you by ATVO. We definitely appreciate them. Yeah, man. There we go. There's your finishing order. All right. So Luke Smith, your winner. Cam Barnes, second. Kaloa Hankins, third. Garrett Sidnor, after getting bounced on the apron, coming down the backstretch, comes home in fourth. Darren Ingram sneaks through with a fifth. Connor Brannon. Doug DeNice somehow came up and finished seventh after missing that wreck. DJ Harris with a top 10. Victor Valley and Davey Hazard, who was pretty much close to about 5 or 6 of them tonight. He still pulls out a top 10. There's the rest of the top 20. A lot of these guys were toward the front of the field that got caught up in that big one late. Austin Hakes, last car on the lead lap in 22nd. And the rest of the field back through 40th. All right, so we're going to take just a quick moment so we can get our audios in the right spot here to speak to our top 3. So we'll be right back after this. 16mm Film Crew is a film and TV podcast. Join Cindy and Dale as they talk about the latest TV shows, movies, and entertainment news. New episodes drop every Tuesday, everywhere podcasts are found. Videos go live on YouTube every Thursday. Visit them on their website at 16mmfilmcrew.com.
Oh, I'm ready.
The most important part of your business are all the people who come through your doors every day. And Cintas can help you take care of them. Your dedicated Cintas service reps will provide the essential products and support to help keep your employees performing at their best.
So your business can too. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready.
Get ready for the workday.
Welcome back to Fast 29's coverage of the Daytona 250 presented by Zach Krastowski Designs USORL Cup Series. Luke Smith comes home your winner, Cam Barnes second, Kaloa Hankins third. That's your podium, so we'll go ahead and get our third place finisher in here. Kaloa Hankins, driver number 84. You got a copy, buddy? Well, we're going to make sure that you can actually be heard. Give me just a second. We've had some audio issues tonight. Let's try it again. I think we got you now. You got me?
I do indeed.
There you are. All right, buddy. Well, kind of an up and down night for you, pretty much for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
In the front and the back, and the front and the back. So tell us about your run.
Honestly, I was just, after that first green white checkered, I was concerned about my fuel because I did not pick before the green white checkers, and there was just so much stack up going on in whatever lane I was choosing, no matter what. So it's just kind of been that night, but I don't know. That's why you probably saw me on the apron. I was just trying to get as much fuel saved as I could there. And I do have a teammate that I was running with at the end, Connor Brennan in the 24 Target car. And I was just trying to follow him the whole time throughout that. So it ended up working out okay for both of us. I think we both got top 10s, but man, do I wish it was a victory.
You came close, and you missed that big wreck there at the end, too. I'm pretty sure you saw that in your mirror coming through there. But what was the racing like out there? Just say this is obviously the first season that the USORL Cup Series is using the Gen 6, so definitely a new vehicle for everybody. What did you think about the racing out there tonight with that?
I'd say it was pretty calm for the most part, especially at the beginning. I know that nobody was trying to wreck it early, so that was nice. But and it was also nice to actually be able to get the lead early on and have a whole team control both lanes, the first two lanes. So that was cool. But the racing only got chaotic at the end there because everyone's trying to go for the win, and it's just casual super speedway racing.
And bounced right into the top three. So congratulations on that. You got some great sponsors on that 84. Go ahead and give some shout outs, buddy. The floor is yours.
Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting and putting up a show there for everyone else to watch. I'd like to thank iHook Racing. We got a bunch of guys out here tonight, Hunter L. Johnson, Jace Nelson, Connor Brandon. We were all just trying to work together there, and I think we did a pretty good job of controlling the race early on. Also want to thank all the league admins and everyone that sets up the league for us to race. I know they had a transition from NR to iRacing, and it's finally nice to run this with everyone. So, and want to thank all the racers there for making it a mostly clean race.
All right. Well, congratulations to you, Kaloa. Congratulations on the third place finish, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, have a good night, y'all.
All right. Kaloa Hankins, driver number 84, brings it home third tonight. All right, we're going to see if we can get a hold of our second place finisher, Cam Barnes. You got a copy, bud?
Right on, brother.
Hey, man. Well, you bounced into second place there at the end, missing all the carnage. You came close to a couple of them tonight, but came up with a solid top two. Tell us about that run tonight.
Oh, this Chili's automobile was very fast. Yeah, I really don't understand some of these guys out here just racing how they race. It was bound to happen the way it happened. But yeah, I don't know. We were just trying real hard there to kind of stay in line and work up there. I managed to get stuck way back in the 30s where I was getting back there with a bunch of squirrels, and they kept hitting me with their nuts, kind of thing. So. Once we got through that and got caught back up to the main pack, I was able to kind of systematically work out with teammates there and hold the lines. But other than that, just kind of, I don't know, just try to take the momentums when it came and all that and just kind of keep it clean. And unfortunately, I was trying to push Noah there after that contact, try to get him out front. Hopefully we could have made a run at it. And yeah, he overreacted just a little bit. But went below the double yellow line. I was kind of on it still, and when he came back up, I was kind of at the point where the Camaro nose was kind of pointed a little bit, and it kind of just teetered him up into everybody. So I don't really know how race control is going to view that, but I feel like I wasn't really attempting there to wreck him or anything. But anyways, good night for the Chili's number 7 Chevrolet. Just really worked hard with teammates and everything, tried to get to the front. So big thanks to Vic, Carrie, Doug there, Trent, everybody there was it was a lot of fun working with them all night, trying to get us up there. And big congrats to my Froggy boy for winning. That was huge for him. I know he's been wanting one for a while, so sucks that he didn't do it with my team. That's all I can say.
It was pretty cool to see we called it the Spire Motorsports line there at one point with you, Kerry, and oh crud, I forgot who the other one was. Victor, yeah.
Victor, yeah.
71. It was kind of cool to see all three of you running together there in that pit sequence. That was cool.
We honestly, we didn't really plan it. It kind of just happened. And we really just we're like, all right, well, we're going to plan our pit strategy here on the guy that had the worst fuel. Well, the guy that had the worst fuel was the 17, who was running third at the time, and we were running in 25th. So, trying to judge our fuel based on him was kind of a struggle there. And we saw a bunch of guys pitting early, so we decided to pit late. And of course, my teammates decided, hey, let's slide through our pit boxes and have the worst pit stops you can ever have. So I was kind of the lone duck there for a little bit on my own, and then got picked up by the lead group there. I don't know what happened with that caution to set up all those restarts, but I know it's somewhat controversial. But hey, if it was a caution, it's a caution. If it wasn't, it wasn't. Just want some more consistency there, and some views of it, kind of see what happened. But yeah, so just try to take advantage there, saving fuel. I know we were very close on fuel there. I know Luke said he ran out at the line. So unfortunate. Hopefully, I wish he ran about 500 feet before, so I could have snuck the win away.
Yep.
That'd been awesome. But yeah, I think that keeps the streak up of no repeat winners for this race, which is kind of insane.
I think there is one repeat. I think Jake Oakley's won twice.
Oakley isn't here anymore, so we don't count.
Okay.
Him, but no.
Well, if we take Oakley out, then yes, you're right.
In iRacing, there has been no repeat winners at Daytona, so I was hoping to break that streak today. But I will take second. I will take second to start the season, and going into Auto Club, I feel we as a team feel pretty confident about everything that we've been doing. So hopefully we can put on a good show for everybody that's watching, and I appreciate you guys for streaming it. I hope to go back and watch it and hopefully y'all didn't say anything bad about me in the broadcast.
No, we wouldn't do that.
No, never. Well, unfortunately, without winning, I can't go ride the Dente today, but next time this car comes out, we'll hopefully go for the win there, and we'll hopefully be able to go get some for you. So.
Well, you know what happened, Cam. We talked about this. You didn't have the cowboy hat that Carson had.
Yeah, I know. I have the shirt. I have the shirt. I did not have the cowboy hat, unfortunately. So I'm going to look into that and see what I can do for the next go around. I think I'm probably going to run it at Talladega or something. And yeah, hopefully this will be streamed by Fast 29. I know we're working on some more stuff for you coming up, so hopefully we can get that organized and you guys can see me hopefully pull it into victory lane.
That would be awesome. Well, congratulations on the second place tonight, Cam. Good to talk to you, and we'll catch you on that next one.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Cam Barnes, driver number 7, brings it home second tonight. To our winner, Luke Smith. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess that was crazy go nuts like no other at the very end with the 3 overtimes, but you ended up bouncing into the win. So congratulations on it. Tell us about that run.
Oh, I mean, I'm like sitting there at the end, and I'm like, come on, we got to get going because I'm going to run out of fuel. I ain't even had enough fuel to do burnouts. But, I mean, the whole race, I was just trying to position myself towards the front, and had a little incident on pit road on the last pit stop and fell a little bit behind. But I got to shout out Noah Joyce. That man is I thought I was a good pusher on super speedways. That man is roided out when it comes to pushing. He is the best darn pusher there is, because I was sleeping a little bit on that last restart, and I want nobody else behind me on a super speedway.
It's kind of unusual to have somebody that you trust that much to push you that much. You know, it's kind of because he was all over everybody all night long, and It just seems like it would make me nervous. I don't know, but maybe it's just me. I don't know. That's why, Dale. That's probably why I don't run up front very often. That's probably why, right there. I don't like to get pushed. That's probably what it is. But how was the racing tonight? This obviously is the first race for the USORL Cup Series with the Gen 6, so that's a little bit of a different deal than what they had last year with the Xfinity car. So how did you feel about the racing tonight in that aspect?
I mean, I love the Gen 6 cars. They're a little aero dependent on the mile and a halfs, but like tonight, super speedway races, these cars are kings. Like, this is so fun. You can run 3 wide if you want, and you can basically put the car wherever you want, and you can have somebody lean on your back bumper all the way around the track, and there's a good chance that they won't wreck you. I
no
mean,
real bumper grab either. That's a big thing too.
Yeah. Yeah, and these things, like, they're so fast, they're fun, and they're grip monsters. But like, I was having so much fun because it's like, well, y'all probably saw at certain points I was trying to form a third lane, but nobody wanted to go with me.
We did notice that a bunch, yes.
I wanted to run 3x3, but nobody else wanted to, so I kept falling back. But yeah, I mean, we can do it. Somebody's got to get up there with me.
Yeah, it seemed like once you got out there and you had no help, you just dropped straight backwards. So, and that was pretty typical with Gen 6, so it kind of made sense. So, but congratulations on the win tonight. You got some good sponsor on that 39. Go ahead and the floor is yours. Let them have it.
Alrighty, well, first off, I'd like to shout out Trident Autosports. You know, it's a new team, or it's kind of a rebrand of Darren Ingram Autosports. It's me, Darren, and some other guys. I can't remember the names right now. I'm so excited. I want to race for once. And I'd like to shout out the man that puts the paints on almost every single one of my cars, John Peterson. He puts fantastic designs out. Ray has done a design or two for me. I mean, I want to shout out you guys. It's going to be fun to go back and watch this broadcast and watch that calamity at the end. I guess shout out Toyota. I'm not the biggest Toyota guy, but I'm 1 for 1 in a Toyota in this league, so it might be good in that.
Don't knock him now. You won with him. I wouldn't.
Yeah, stick with it, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that. No, Toyota, he still likes you, I guess. Well, congratulations on the big win tonight, Luke. You earned it. It was a hard-fought battle, but you came out on top. Congratulations, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Luke Smith, driver number 39, is your winner of the Daytona 250 tonight. Also, we had the Dash for Cash winner, I believe, was, if my math is mathing, I don't want to say it yet until I know for sure. Let me see if I can figure that out here. Hang on just a second. Trying to find my list again. Time is fleeting. I'm exhausted. I'm trying to find it, and I can't find it. There's the list. I believe it might be Merzlak, who came out of nowhere with that. Trying to wait for confirmation on that. There we go. Yep, Merzlak finished 12th. So he's the winner of the Dash for Cash, and I believe second place, the $10, I believe, goes to Zach Krastowski, who somehow bounced into 14th after that big wreck. So congratulations to those two guys as well. They are the big money winners tonight for the Daytona 250. So, all right, Dale. Well, what'd you think about this one tonight? It had pretty much everything that we could ask for. Came down to 3 green-white checkers at the end, and Luke Smith comes home the winner. What'd you think?
Good close racing, constant battling back and forth all race long. That, you know, sometimes the guys got a little too, you know, eager and tried to force it where they couldn't go, especially those last couple of restarts, like I said, precautions, you know, especially that late in the race. Everybody's trying to get up and go. But yeah, good racing, you know, especially that last one where I don't know how he held onto that after the contact they had entering the back straight, you know, and then the rest of the field is dying right behind them, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. We may have a change real quick on who the Dash for Cash winner was, because apparently I had an outdated list. It may be Garrett Sidnor, actually, who I did not know was on the list. I'm getting reports of that. Let's see. Yep, it's Garrett Sidnor, actually, that is our Dash for Cash winner. I apologize. I had an outdated list. So Garrett Sidnor is your winner tonight with that. So congratulations to him. And then DJ Harris was also a late entry as well, and he is the second place winner. So apologies. Sorry, Steven and Zach. I didn't have the right list, so I apologize. So Garrett's your winner, and DJ Harris is the second place finisher on that. So congratulations to those guys. Great hard-fought race here tonight on Fast 29 with the Daytona 250 with the USORL Cup Series. Awesome racing all night long. Congratulations to Luke Smith. He's your winner. Next broadcast on Fast 29, I believe, will not be until next Saturday. The ISRL is off this week, so it'll be next Saturday night for a point of view broadcast. I don't have a clue where we're racing at, Dale. Do you know next week? I can't even remember.
We're racing. Guess. You got to guess. Guess we're racing.
I'm not guessing.
Daytona, baby.
Oh, it is Daytona. Well, we're back at Daytona, folks. We'll see if I can pull off another win there next time. That'd be fun. We'll see if we can pull off another field miles win. We need to get you
I need a win.
You need a win.
I need a win. I mean, I'm good on points, but I will be missing the race following that, so I need to lock up my position into the playoffs.
Yep, we definitely need to do that. Yep.
I need to be assured before I leave.
There it is. All right. Well, from all of us here at Fast 29, for Dale Barham, I'm Chris Pickett signing off tonight. Daytona 500, Daytona 250 is in the books for the USRL Season 12 opener, and Luke Smith's your winner. Congratulations. We will catch you next time. God bless you. We'll see you guys.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.